Hi Libra, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your finance read. Now this is a collective read, so not everything will resonate. Please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages within this reading, then please check your other placements and you're likely to find a message in there. If you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you do want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, then don't forget to press that subscription button. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Now, if you do like hearing the messages from myself, there is a Libra playlist, and there is a playlist for every zodiac sign on my page, so feel free to check those out at any point. They are all timeless readings with the exception of the ones for the month. But even then, if you do come across one for the month that seems to resonate, then that is clearly a reading for you. Okay, Spirit's chucking out cards all over the place for you. Let's get one more and then we'll get into your read. Spirit, can we get one more please for Libra for their current financial situation? Now, as always, this is just simply a message from Spirit on how you can help improve your current finances. That's too many cards, Spirit. Just the one. Still giving me three. No, we just want one, please, Spirit. I don't want three. Clearly somebody that's got a lot to say. This is what I get, isn't it? One more card, please, Spirit. Not half a deck. You don't want to play ball, do you? Thank you. Okay, so in your overall energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So that Eight of Pentacles is telling me that you are trying to be recognised for your efforts. You may very well be already being recognised for your efforts. You could be somebody that is getting a lot of recognition at work. You could have family and friends if you're putting in a lot of time and energy with them, or even spending lots of money on them. You're getting the recognition for all the hard work and effort you're putting in with them. This is very much suggesting that you are doing quite a lot as well. You're working really hard, and that effort is definitely getting noticed. It's not going unnoticed. So people are definitely seeing your hard work, and it is paying off. Now, in your current energy, we have a Ten of Pentacles. That is telling me that you may have received a bit of a lump sum recently. Or it doesn't have to have been recently, but it's suggesting that you have had a bit of a lump sum coming your way. But you may not have spent it in the most wise manner. So you might really not have anything left of that lump sum. So that lump sum could have been a lottery win. It could have been some sort of payment settlement, like insurance payout, a redundancy payment. It could have been any other sort of legal case, inheritance payment. But yeah, it's suggesting to me that some sort of big payment that you've had, it might not have even been a big lump sum payment you've received from that. It could be something like a stocks or shares payout, or if like a big bonus, something that you've worked hard for, and it's telling me that you have spent it quite quickly. Now, it could be something to do with this success that you've been recognised for. So if you have been rewarded at work with a generous bonus, it's suggested, or even a pay rise, it's suggesting that you've already spent it, and yeah, you don't really have anything to show for it. Let's get some clarity on that Ten of Pentacles. Can we get one more, please, Spirit? And thank you. So the first card that come out then, I've moved my microphone and it's getting in my way. We have the Death card. So the Death card is telling me that you're worried that you're not going to have the same funds again. You're worried that you've overspent. potentially, if it was a redundancy payment, you're worried that you know, where is your next lot of money going to come from? This is telling me that you don't despair too much, okay? You are going to have money again. You will be able to pay for what you need. You'll have what you need to survive, and it will start flowing again for you. So try not to panic too much. It is still you're gonna be all right, is pretty much what that's saying. But it is telling me that you are very worried in your current situation. We also have the 8 of Swords. This is telling me that you're finding that your funds are quite tight as well. So again, something suggesting that maybe you've overspent, maybe you've had some savings that you've decided to spend really quick, and that's why you've got no nest egg to fall back on. And it is telling me your funds are tight. You're trying to do some examination to see where you can free up some funds, but you're not having too much luck at the moment. That's why things are, you're panicking a little bit. Maybe you are thinking that, you know, you're not going to have any real success. Sorry for the distraction. My son's just come down. Second. Sorry for the interruption there, or the brief pause. My son decided he's supposed to be in bed. Come down for a drink, and felt the need to stand outside to tell me instead of just going and getting himself one. Never mind. But yeah, so you're very worried that you're not going to have finances coming back to you. You're worried that you're not going to have enough to survive on. We do also have the Chariot in the reverse. This is very much telling me that you're regretting as well, overspending. You're regretting spending that money out. You are definitely now second guessing whether or not you did the right thing. Now, in your challenge, you have the 9 of Pentacles, and that is in the reverse. So this is telling me that your challenge at the moment is that money is not really coming in. That's why it's so tight. You don't seem to have much flowing into you. So maybe what this could have been is it could have been a completion of a project. You've had your money for it. It might have been a fixed term contract, for instance, and now you're stuck between contracts. It could have been that, you know, maybe you work on commission. You've had a massive commission come in. You've spent all the money, and now you're sitting there wondering where, you know, how's the next payday going to come if you've not managed to do much sales. But it's definitely suggesting to me that you are panicking a little bit, and that your challenge is very much about how you're going to afford things, where your money's going to come from. So it is very much suggesting that, you know, you need to make sure that you're making wise choices when you are spending out your money, and not necessarily making rash decisions with it. It's also suggesting that you make sure that you thoroughly consider things, not impulse spend as well. Let's get some clarity on that 9 of Pentacles. Get one more, please, Spirit. Right, so we've got the 7 of Pentacles came out first then. So that 7 of Pentacles, definitely suggesting that you shouldn't be rushing into anything too quick. Don't rush into any decisions. Thoroughly consider it. Take patience. Watch it for a little bit, especially if it's things like people wanting you to buy something, or if you're considering putting some money into some sort of shares or stocks, or buying a house, buying a car, whatever it is. It's suggesting that you sit patiently for a bit, watch it, don't jump into it. Make sure that whatever it is that you're looking at, you know, putting that money into is something that you really want, and actually watch it for a little bit, because you might find that it goes up and goes down, especially when you're looking at things like you've got Black Friday coming up. Now, I don't know about where you are, but where I am with Black Friday, a few weeks before Black Friday happens, they bump all the prices up. And then on Black Friday, they reduce the price to make it look like a big bargain for a load of stuff. So it could very well be that, you know, you might find that you spot something like that you think is an absolute bargain. But actually, if you wait a couple more weeks, you know, or even a month or two, it's going to drop even lower than what you were looking at when you thought it was a bargain. So just be mindful of that sort of thing. You probably find that you will get a better deal if you're doing that. The Hierophant here is telling me that you need to make sure that you are maximising your resources. Make sure that you are putting your money fully into whatever it is that you need, making sure that you're basically getting your money's worth. So, don't spend out loads on something that isn't worth it. Very much make sure that you're getting what you're paying for, and that you're not wasting any money. Make sure that you're getting it for your necessities, not necessarily by all means, if you want to go and splash out on things for your amusement and for your leisure, that's fair enough. But make sure you've got your necessities first, and then anything for your leisure, make sure that it's something that you can afford, not going over what you could afford. We have the Seven of Swords coming out to the side, suggesting that you need to make sure that however you do gain your finances, you do it in a fair way. Now, that could be a little bit challenging. Maybe you get a little bit tempted to do something that may be underhanded, and that suggesting that could be a big temptation for you. But it is suggesting that you do make sure you do things in a fair, reasonable way. And when I say that as well, I'm not talking about stealing things or anything like that. But if you are looking at, maybe you're going to start a self-employed business, maybe you're going to start selling things online. Obviously, there's certain laws in different countries of at what point you have to declare those earnings. So make sure that you are obviously adhering to your rules and regulations, because you don't want to get slapped with a big fat fine, that you weren't expecting because you haven't bothered declaring something. So do make sure that everything is fair and above board when you are making your money. We do have an Ace of Pentacles as well. So this is very much a new opportunity, a raise, a new job, money coming in from somewhere. Now this is a challenge as well, so potentially you're going to find it a little bit challenging to get that extra income, which it is suggesting that you are struggling a little bit there, thinking that your money isn't really going to stretch. But it is telling me that there is opportunities there for you to increase your income. It's just a bit of a challenge for you to find them, but a good chunk of it is within your own spending habits. So there are potentials of freeing up that money, freeing up that income, by looking at your own spending habits in there. But there is definitely other opportunities that are going to come up. It's just some might be a little bit harder than what you'd like, to actually gain that income. Now, what help is available for you to increase your finances? So we do have the World card. Now, the World card is telling me that you need to make sure you're being productive, that you're earning, you're saving, and that you're investing as well. So very much making sure that you're getting out there. So if it's something where you've been made redundant, for instance, don't just sit back and wait for your jobs to come to you. This is telling me that you have to go and chase them. It can also be suggesting that in the meantime, you could be turning things like your hobbies into work. You could be, reaching out for work. It is very much suggesting that you be very active in that pursuit. It also suggests that if you do have savings, for instance, put them to work so that they're working for you as well to increase your income. Now, it could be savings that you don't want, so not that you don't want, but savings that you don't want to touch. But if they're in a normal savings account, they're not going to be helping you. Put them in a high investment savings account. Obviously, that will help you then increase that income without you touching it. But yeah, very much making sure that you're being very productive in order to earn so that you can save and invest, and making sure that you are considering things wisely as well. So being productive as well also covers, making sure that you are checking over what you're spending, being actively active in trying to reduce down any costs or any spendings that you are doing. Let's get you some clarification of this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the first one out, then we have the Judgment card. So it is telling me that finances will get better as long as you don't spend more than what you earn. So that's very much, making sure that you are keeping on top of your finances, making sure that you're definitely not overspending. We do have a 3 of Cups, which is telling me that it's okay to share your wealth as well, but that's also okay for you to receive other people sharing. So very much treat other people well by sharing stuff out. Now, it doesn't have to be just your income. It could be just your time, your energy, and you'll find that people will want to reciprocate and share that with you as well. It could be that when you're sharing your time that you earn some money. Maybe you're sharing your knowledge and how do I put it? Maybe you find that sharing your skills on social media might get you a load of subscribers and you can make a YouTube channel or, earn money on Instagram, or it could be any number of things, but very much sharing. So sharing your knowledge, sharing your time, sharing your energy. And yes, if you do find that you are able to share your wealth, then share your wealth. But this is very much, I don't think this is so much sharing your wealth. This is very much being with other people. I mean, yeah, it can be sharing your wealth, but at the same time, make sure it's not you doing the only sharing, because then it's not really sharing if it's only one person doing all the sharing. That's very much giving. Sharing is you receiving as well as giving, And then we have the 5 of Wands as well. So that 5 of Wands there, very much, again, just reconfirming that you need to make sure you're managing your funds. So make sure that you're on top of your funds. Make sure that you are looking over what income and what expenditure you've got. I mean, one of the simplest things I can ever suggest, because I know I've done it a few times, look at your bank statements. You might find you've got gym memberships there that you've not used for 6 months. You might find that you've got a Netflix subscription that is for, I don't know, 5 screens. Do you use 5 screens? Do you want to drop it down to 3 or down to the 1? That sort of thing are the cheaper ways of doing things. And then if you want to get down to the real nitty gritty, if you've done all your utilities, then start looking at your spending. What do you shop at? What do you spend out on a weekly shop? Can you substitute things for other things? Can you make a shopping list and stick to it? But yeah, there's quite a few ways, and there's so many different resources as well online that you can find to help you with managing your resources. But yeah, and if you manage to do all this and manage your resources well, you have a 9 of Cups as the outcome. So knowing that your hard work is paying off for you, freeing that little bit of extra income up, it means that you aren't going to have quite so much stress. It might be a little bit of a wobble for a period of time until you get yourself grounded in, until you get yourself sorted. Let's face it, when you're reducing some outgoings, it's not always instantaneous that things can happen. So it might take a little bit of a while, but it will show when you that it is starting to pay off. Let's get clarification. Can we get 2 more, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords then. So that Queen of Swords is very much telling me that you do need to make sure that you are getting clarity on any sort of investment opportunities that are coming your way. Do make sure that you are researching them properly. We have a 2 of Wands telling me that you need to make sure that you are planning for your end game as well. So make your long-term plans. What do you want your money saving up for? Obviously, you don't want to just be sitting there, using the money day to day, living off whatever it is that you've got coming in. You want to have that bit of long-term saving. And let's face it, when you do save for yourself for the future, that's investing into yourself for your future. And it's a good thing to have that bit of savings. But what are those savings for? Is it that you want to save to buy a house? Do you want to save to buy a car? Do you want to save for your kids' college, university fees? Do you want to, save just a big chunk of money so when you die, your kids have got something? Or are you saving for a big holiday? What is it that you're planning to save for? What is the end game? What is your end goal? Could be that you're saving for a wedding. Could be any number of things. But making sure that you've got that goal, and then you can make your plans towards getting there, setting your your targets, your first £100, your first, whatever it is to get you there. And then you'll find that you slowly start creeping towards it. Now, we do have the devil as well. Now, the devil energy is telling me that, it is fine to look at multiple areas. Maybe you need to look at having more than one job. That's potentially why your hard work is going to be paying off, because you've got more than one job at the end of this. When you've been productive, you might have your own part-time job that you're doing from home. You might have a full-time job on top of it. Could be that you're working in 2 different places for 2 different companies. Could be any number of things, but it's very much suggesting to me that it's okay to have, spread your energy out a little bit in order to maximize your resources as well. So definitely having that energy of it paying off, but it is suggesting that you are going to be doing some multitasking in order for that to happen. Right, so let's get you an Angel of Abundance card, and then we'll get you one of my Whispers of the Ocean Oracle card as well, to see what other messages Spirit have got for you. Okay, so we've got exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifestation quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you can look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. I may have to start exercising by myself. Please, no nasty comments. I have been doing really good. I've lost 4 stone. But I would like my manifestation to go a bit quicker. Right, let's get you Whispers of the Ocean. Can we get Whispers of the Ocean, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got distinctive potential. I don't know what they are. Are they narwhals? It says, rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there until you realise a goal. Sorry, it's really tiny writing on those. Beautiful narwhals. I think they're narwhals. Pretty sure they're narwhals. The unicorns of the ocean. Love it. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Libra. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It'll help pass that message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And don't forget to check out the playlists if you ever want to hear more. And it's in between readings. Good luck with your finances, and thank you for joining me.